Let me tell you a story. London, 1670. A young man is making his way across the cobbles in Charing Cross. It's a squalid area. There are many vagrants around. He doesn't feel safe. He pulls his cloak around his shoulders. He's looking for the Swan pub. He's been told it is in the area. And then he spots it across the way. And stepping out into the road, he crosses the road, and there it is, the Swan pub. What a horrible place, he thought. I know the type will be in here. But he looks at his poster. It reads, "Come and see the horned woman of Cheshire at the Swan pub." And this is the Swan pub. He pushes open the door. The smell of beer wafts out. Tobacco flying in the air. He doesn't like such places. They do not feel safe. But he pushes his way in amongst the men and asks the landlord, "Sir, I've come to see the horned woman of Cheshire." "You have," says the landlord. "She is very popular. We have her downstairs. We have other such creatures downstairs. Would you care to see those as well?" "No, sir, I just wish to see the horned woman of Cheshire." "It is a penny then, sir. Give me a penny and you can see her." The young man hands over a penny to the landlord. "Come, follow me. She's in the cellar with the others." They make their way down a steep wooden stair. Slowly the light goes. It is dim down there. There is a candle at the far end. As the man follows the landlord, he can hear screams and shouts from behind other doors. Is she here?" "She is here, sir. I promise you. You have paid me. I will show you her. Come." As I said, she is at the far end. They make their way to the far end. He has to duck under the last beam. A door is pushed open by the landlord, and there is a curtain. "I cannot see anyone." "Wait," said the landlord. "I will light the candles." The landlord goes in, lights one candle, and then another. And he says to no one in particular, "Lady, stand up and face the wall." There is a shuffling sound behind the curtain. Then the landlord puts his hand on the curtain and pulls it slowly back. The young man cannot believe what he can see. There is the stooped figure of an elderly lady with horns growing out of the back of her head. "Are they real?" he says. "They are real, sir. We would not be able to show her if she was not real. She is the horned woman of Cheshire. Step forward, you may look closer." And then the young man says, "Sir, may I have a moment with her?" "A moment? For what?" "I wish to talk to her about some business." "Business? Bah! You may. 2 minutes. I will go upstairs and be back. There is only one way out of this place. Do not harm her, sir. Do you understand?" "Yes, I understand," said the young man. The older landlord leaves. There is silence apart from the screams from behind. Mistress, says the young man, "turn round." "Turn? Why must I turn?" says a meek voice. I wish to talk to you. I have business with you. Business with me. Me, a mere midwife from Cheshire. Turn, lady." The old lady slowly turns. She has a kindly face. You have a good countenance, lady. You have a good countenance. I will get to my business immediately. Elias Ashmole, have you heard of this man?" "I think so," said the old lady. "I think so. He collects curiosities. He knows he cannot own you, but he wishes you to be painted. He has commissioned me to paint you. Will you come and I will paint you? I will pay you. I will pay you in food and kind. Me? Why would he wish to paint me? Oh, come. None are like you, lady. You know that. I will send a boy tomorrow morning. You hear? You are here in this inn. You stay here? Yes, I stay here. I will send a boy, and he will bring you to my digs. I agree, sir, I agree. The landlord returned with a whoosh. Now, your time is up. Now be gone. Thank you, said the painter, both to the landlord and to the old lady as the curtain fell and she disappeared again. The next day, the painter was standing at the window, looking out, wondering whether she'd come, whether his boy would be able to persuade her to come. And there she was, shuffling along with his boy towards his digs. Good. The painting can be done. Excellent. Now, what colour shall I use? I'll use oils, but I'll start with a sketch. Good. There was a knock at the door. Enter. Come, lady. Sit at the table. Sit sideways so we may see the horn. Now, take off your covering. Take off the covering on the horn. Well done. Now sit still. Do not move. You do indeed have a good countenance. A happy, simple person, I guess. But I assume you've had a hard life. Have you always had these horns? No, sir. I have not always had these horns. No? No, sir. I was born as you and I and all the rest of the world without horns. I was born in a place called Saughall, the port of Saughall, up in Cheshire. It is a beautiful place. I long to be there again. I so long to be there again. It is a place where people come and go on the boats, but I was a farmer's wife. I married Henry Davis. What? And you had a normal life? Yes, until I was 28. We worked the farm, we sold things disappeared down to the port. We knew many people in the area. I trained to be a midwife, going out onto the marsh, finding the healing herbs that would help with pain in childbirth. I knew what to do. Life was good. But then when I was 28, I felt something on the back of my head, and then another. It was a whim. I thought I'd worn my headscarf too tight, so I loosened it, but it grew and grew and grew until something like what you see today was there. A horn, sir, hard and horrible. I was scared. So I went to the vicar. You went to the vicar, lady? Is that safe? He may have condemned you as a witch. I thought so. I thought the devil had taken over me. But no. He told me it was a challenge. A challenge on the way to heaven to accept what was here. And I may get to heaven faster. And he took me under his wing. Who knew of these things? Few people, sir, few people. The vicar, my wife, my husband, and that is about all. I kept a scarf around my head for years and years and years. But then the most terrible thing happened. My husband died. My children and I, for I had children with Henry, strong, healthy children. We had to leave the farm and find a cottage, but we stayed in Saughall. That was our home. So what did you do? I became a midwife. With those horns? No one saw them, sir. No one saw them. I have delivered hundreds of babies over the years. And then the word got out about me. A pair fell off. It was such a blessing. It was such a blessing. I gave them to the vicar at Shottick. I gave them to him. Who knows where they went? Someone told me that the King of France had one. I think, said the painter, I think Elias Ashmole may have had one or seen one. He tells me about them, that they are hard. Is that right, mistress? Yes, hard, like nails, horrible things. I cannot sleep at night, and in winter they give me such pain. They fell off, you say? Yes, but they grew back. They grew back 4 times, and this is how you see me now. They're horrible. I'd wish they go. I can understand your pain, said the painter. Now sit still. Let us finish this piece. And he painted on, and thus they chatted over the next 4 days, and a painting was produced. And the lady said, on the end of the 4th day, May I see the likeness of me? Come, you may now, said the painter, and she shuffled forward, pulling the scarf over her horns. You've made me look kind. I've done a good likeness of you, madam. You are kind. From what I know of you, you have just been cursed by these horns. Now, you must get back to the Swan, where they will show you again. I wish you a good life. But know this, your likeness is here, and will be here forever. And you will become the most famous person from Saughall because of this painting, and because of what people know of you, and because of what you have told me. The old lady shuffled out of the room and disappeared, and was never heard of again. But you can still go to the British Museum, and hanging on their walls to this day, there is a painting of the Horned Woman of Saughall, probably the most famous person from the area. Thank you.